Welcome to episode 4 of the Williams podcast with me, Emery Williams, and my dad, Eric Williams Sr. And I'm not going to make no excuses on why we took so long to drop episode 4, but we are planning to be consistent for sure again and ready to get this thing moving. So I ain't going to stall in the intro. We just gonna get right to talking, and as usual, we gonna keep talking till we can't talk no more, until we run out of stuff to talk about for the day. So to start with, we probably gonna start with the sports world. Our opinions, our assessments of the sports world, high school, college, whatever. And if we do talk about high school, be within our area. So Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, high school basketball. So, anything you want to say that? Anything you want to say?
Nah, we back. Like you said, we're from Wisconsin, Milwaukee. I'm back, we back.
Okay, so, let's start with basketball, to be honest. It's been impressive this year, I'd say, from college women's basketball to, I really say, to the NBA, some high school basketball too, from what we've seen. But we was just watching some college women's basketball highlights. What were you impressed by? What were you impressed by? What'd you notice? What caught your eye?
Well, women's basketball is more exciting to watch than men's college basketball.
Why is that? What is your take on that? Why do you think that?
The girls are just balling. I mean, they are literally balling. The boys ain't really excite me like that. There's nobody standing out. Matter of fact, I haven't even really watched. I don't even know who's playing. I don't even know what's going on with the men. But the girls' college basketball is off the charts this year. You go to South Carolina. That Pow chick, Malaysia Fort Wiley is cold. You go to Connecticut, our own KK Arnold and Paige Becker. USC, Juju Watkins. LSU, Michaela Williams. Then you got, Angel Reese and Flau'jae. Iowa, Caitlin Clark. North Carolina's cold. Man, these girls, they balling, man. But one thing I did notice about them, they run hard. These girls run hard. They're physical. They pass the ball. And they will keep passing that ball. But one thing, they play a hardcore. They don't flop. They don't do none of that. I mean, they just straight. They're all ballers.
I think that's because they got to make up for the athleticism and the height. Because you don't really see a lot of tall girls. You don't see the athleticism. There's no dunking. It's all skill with the girls.
Yeah.
So they gotta get their shots off, create their shots.
But they different. They different though. Like they get some dudes. They give some dudes some runs.
Yep.
Like they ball handling skills. But what you said, what caught my eye is how skilled they are. They're aggressive and they're unselfish.
That is very true.
We just saw an interview with Juju Watkins, and she was just saying how she was surprised she had 30 points. She started off slow, but she was like, but my teammates kept me going. They kept encouraging me. My coach said, we're going to get the ball to Juju and we're going to win. These girls, they encourage each other. Like if they struggling, they lift each other up.
Yep.
And that's what winning team is all about. Like, you have to lift each other up.
And being a team player, and not just about the points.
Yeah.
It's not all about the offense. Some people forget that in basketball. They like to. So a lot of people watch players go off for players in the higher levels go off for 30 a game, 40. Watch star players and think they want to do that, but they forget that it's not all about the points. Mm-hmm. It's not all about the points, and that's why I still like Russell Westbrook, man, because he learned it's not all about the points. He knows it's not all about the points, and that's why he requested to be on the bench, and they still be getting their wins.
Yeah, I really don't watch NBA too much like that, but that's a good point. That's a good point, Person remind me about that. It's not all about the points. Is Drew Holiday. Great defense. He's all over the place. And that's the thing. I tell my daughter, like, just because you can't score, you can do other things. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It ain't just about shooting. You can do other stuff. So, and I think, a lot of these young players don't understand, even boys, like sometimes you have to really sacrifice for each other and pick each other up. You can't watch each other fall and say, well, I was going today, but my friend over here, he or she's struggling, so I ain't gonna lift her up. All I care about is myself. And I think a lot of that goes with the fans too.
Yep.
The fans, the crowd. Every player got their own group of supporters. Everybody want their baby to play. But at the end of the day, you're gonna lose.
Right.
So.
Speaking of the sports world, I forgot to address these allegations. You had Mikey Wills. Was that about a month ago? I think they said, he had gun charges on him, but they let him.
Who?
Mikey Williams.
Oh, okay.
But they said, I think he did some community hours or something. If I remember it, now he gets to play or whatever. What do you think about Mikey Williams and having guns as
dumb,
messing up his
risking
his basketball career?
Dumb. I mean, first of all, he wasn't that good to me.
And why is that?
He just wasn't. He ain't tall enough, and I mean, he ain't that good to me. But he did get a scholarship at Memphis, and what he did was stupid. And I'm happy he got off to learn his lesson, but this new generation, man, kids walking around with ski masks on their face, and they think everything's a movie, everything's a video. Everybody want to be, young thug, and what was his name? The YSL is getting YSL or whatever. The RICO case. Everybody want to be a part of a RICO case nowadays. So the young kids, they walk around with ski masks on and ruining your life. He got, it's just. I don't have a thought. I just think that, especially being black, you gotta be careful.
Yep, especially if you want to make it big. But a lot of people, even if they have the talent in the sport that they're good at, they can't resist going back to the streets.
Yeah.
And I think they just that one person just needs to come around and has to tell them the truth. Like, you can't do both. A lot of people try to play both sides and they end up back in the streets.
Well, you try to play both sides and you're gonna find yourself really in the streets, and you ain't even from the streets.
Yeah.
You ain't even from that lifestyle. You ain't even from. And the thing is, most people that really are from the streets, you know, don't want to be in the streets.
Right.
So when they make it, they put their kids out into a nice neighborhood. Then these kids get on the internet, they still want to go back to the streets. It ain't no fun to be in the streets. It ain't fun going to jail. It ain't fun getting shot. So, yeah, Mikey, I mean, hopefully he learned his lesson, but I really could care. I could care less either way he went. It didn't make me no difference.
Or did you hear about the Josh Giddey situation?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I really didn't follow it, but I know it's allegations. It turned out to be true.
Well, I heard so far there's still allegations, but I heard he met her and supposedly met her in the club where she entered the club where it was 18 and up.
Mm-hmm. How old is she?
She was. I'm pretty sure they said she was about 17 at the time.
Mm.
So, and I guess they say he was 19 at the time. So people are saying he didn't know because she was in the club and he assumed. So,
well, I don't know if that. I mean, 19, 17.
Or 16, whatever it was. The fact she was underage.
I guess. I mean, let me look it up right now.
But yeah, it's just things going on in the sports world is just crazy this year.
Well, when I was in high school, man, these girls, they be like 15, 16, and they be dating men out of grown men. But now it's a big deal, so I mean, I don't know. I know they was trying to make it saying like, I think somebody got in trouble. But they were making it like, why ain't they covering Josh Giddey because he's white or whatever? But
yeah.
I
you don't keep up with that stuff.
I only thing I keep up with y'all is high school girls basketball and the women's college basketball. But let's talk about this Devin Haney versus Regis program.
What do you think about it? Tell me.
Devin Haney beat the mess out of this boy. And it was a complete shutout.
Ooh.
And I watched every the pre-fight. I watched all the press conferences and Regis, I'm gonna hurt that little boy. You can't. I mean, he was talking about how Devin Haney was private school kid. You ain't this. Lesson learned, man. It don't matter where you from. Skills pay the bills.
Yep, especially in boxing.
Skills pay the bills. He's talking, he from, New Orleans and Hurricane Katrina. He was from the gutter. He brought himself up. If you ain't really on your craft like that, it don't matter. He said Devin Haney had no punching power. Devin Haney knocked him down, beat the mess out of him. Now, I felt like Devin Haney was going to win, but I had no idea it was going to be a shutout like that.
So, who do you think Haney should fight next? They said Ryan Garcia called him out.
Yeah, that's a money grab. But I think he should fight Gervonta Tank.
Yeah, how do you think that would go? What do you?
That'd be a good fight. It won't be no shutout with Tank. But I'm gonna tell you this. So Regis came from New Orleans, trained down in Texas. The Houston, Texas fighters are not looking good. Or Texas fighters, they're not looking good right now. They getting beat down. Errol Spence. Mopped by Terrence Crawford. Jamal Charlo ran away from Canelo. The other brother, Jamel, he didn't even make weight So that fight really didn't count. I mean, he can't even make weight. And now Regis got whooped. Texas is not looking good.
I mean, everybody expected Regis to lose, though. We expected it. I say we expected it. Now, getting knocked down in the third round, I didn't expect that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. But I hope Haney fights Gervonta or at least Ryan Garcia. But I do like the fact that Ryan Garcia is not afraid to fight the big names.
I mean, yeah, because he's going to get paid. He already lost. Look, I tell you what, I'm not buying it. If Haney fights Ryan Garcia, I'm not buying it. If he fights Gervonta, I'll buy it. If he goes up to 147 and if he fights Terrence Crawford, I'll buy it. Even if he fought Errol Spence, I'll buy it. Anybody else, I'm not buying it. If he fights Teofimo, I'm not buying it. If he fights Ryan Garcia, I'm not buying it.
Man, the disappointment when you bought that Davis and Garcia fight, how did you feel?
That Garcia fell on his knees and gave up. I wanted my money back. I wanted my money back. That was horrible. That's what I'm saying. These guys are horrible. But you know what? That's the thing. These people are soft, man. You know, that word soft. I mean, it's just boxing soft. People out here in the streets is soft. It's hard to find real. It's just hard to find those real people. So boxing, it's hard.
Yeah, and it's a risk too, especially if you go undefeated for a long time. Now you gotta start taking that risk of fighting people that are on the next level of who you've been fighting, and risking that loss. And then that really challenges your mental, because when you lose, then it's like how do you take it? And a lot of people aren't meant for that.
Yeah. I just think that, people are soft. That's why, I believe in my nephew, because Austin Ammo Williams, by the way. I believe in him because he's not soft. And he's willing to fight whomever. And it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. His rankings is way up there, but let's see. What happened? It was something I wanted to talk about. Here in Milwaukee.
What happened in Milwaukee?
Let's talk about, because I'm into high school sports. Let's talk about this game, Milwaukee Academy of Science boys against the Carmen boys.
Now, if you're not from Milwaukee or you don't know what we're talking about, just look up their names that we're about to mention, or look up Fresh Coast Hoops.
All right, if you don't care, just get off the thing. But so I'm not gonna bring up any names. But that was a good game.
It was
2 city conference teams. I felt like
it was a good game for MAS. It was a good game for both. I was gonna say it was a great game for Carmen, but it's not a great game if you're down by 20 at any point in the game. So I'm not.
I felt like the referees killed the second half,
and I disagree. I disagree because they were calling fouls on both sides, so I feel like it evened out the playing field.
There was no flow of the game.
It doesn't, but if what matters is you knock down free throws. That's why they're called free.
It wasn't enjoyable.
That's why they're
to watch.
free. That's why they're free.
I feel like these referees in Milwaukee is out of control.
But to be fair, the refs are. I mean, there's literally a video a few years ago on how the refs in Milwaukee were like declining or whatever, because the refs they don't all that heckling and stuff, and they just don't want to take that. They don't want to take that, so it's not a lot of refs.
Then why you blowing the whistle every 2 seconds? If you don't like the heckling, then why are you causing yourself to get heckled?
But like I said, they were calling it on both sides. I mean, if you watch the game, you'll see MAS is getting. They literally had the chance to close out the game, and they didn't close out the game. What is that? What is your thoughts on that?
Well, when
and they were up 20 anyways, so they should have never blown the 20-point lead.
Well, if anybody that knows basketball, anytime the ref, and I'm gonna give Carmen's coach they did a great job of controlling the refs. But anybody
what
knows,
does that mean?
Every call you argue every call, or you have a question on everything, and you slow the game down. That is a momentum killer. Listen, trust me, I know I played on the top team.
Dude, if anything, MAS should have abused the game slowing down, because Carmen plays off of continuation.
What? They play off of what?
Carmen plays off of momentum. They play off of. I
don't know about that. I haven't watched it, but that game they came back off free throw.
I'm saying, what do you? So if you say you don't know what that means, what do you mean?
You said they play off of continuation,
like momentum of their game.
I don't know. Maybe you know more than I do. I just saw that game.
Well, that's what it looks like to me. The 2 games I watched, that's what it looks like.
No, that game was no momentum in the second.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I said Carmen. I said that should have been better for MAS, because it looks like Carmen plays off of momentum.
No, they came off. Look, you threw me off from what I was.
I'm trying to say Carmen doesn't like when the game is slowed down either.
Well, it looked like they do. Because it was a momentum killer, and there was no flow in the second half, and they came back off the free throw.
Look at the game. MAS was getting free throws too.
At the end,
they were getting free throws.
No, Carmen got free throws from the beginning of the second half. They hit bonus from the beginning of the second half all the way through.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Was MAS and Carmen both equally getting free throws?
Thank you. See, they weren't. Now, before you interrupted me, I think MAS should have did a better job of getting control of that game.
So, are we not giving credit to Carmen?
No, Carmen won. And I just said the coach did a good job of controlling that half. They did a great job.
No, I would give credit to the players for playing well.
Yes, I give they did very good. They did very good.
So, who do you have coming out of the D3 boys state, or D3 boys conference to go to state?
MAS, Milwaukee Academy of Science. I expect them to step up.
I see.
So,
what do you think about the girls' side so far? We talking about the boys. You got a daughter. that's playing right now. It's only right to talk about the girls a little bit. How you think that's been going so far?
Well, the season they started to hit a good momentum. It's up and down for the girls. Some girls that started out bad are starting to play good. The girls that started out good are starting to play bad. They're a young team, but I think they can go to state. But it's tough. What you think?
It's definitely tough. Tougher than last year for sure. I think Sis is she's a junior now.
Mm-hmm.
She's should be one of the main scorers on the team, in my opinion. State will be tough this year. Won't be surprised if they make it. Won't be surprised if they don't. But if they don't, then it's all good.
It's not all good if they don't.
It's not good, but
it's not.
It's not good, but we're gonna run it back next year. We're gonna make sure.
Man, forget all that.
Dude,
forget all that.
Dude,
it's ain't no next year.
Let me finish, dude. Well, you're right. That's wrong to say for the seniors. But this year, okay, I'm gonna keep it short. They should go to state. They should. Okay. They to think about it. They really only gotta. I'm not gonna break down every team that they have. I mean, you can, or that is in their D3. Mm-hmm. But
if they don't make it, why wouldn't they make it? In your opinion, why wouldn't the girls make it to state or win it if they don't? And if they do win it, what would it take?
To win, I'm gonna answer the to win first because that'd be easy. To win, all it would take is team ball, IQ, and defense. Mm-hmm. That means no selfish plays, move the ball, and pick up on your man, and grab, and no second chance points. What was the other question?
Why wouldn't if they don't make it?
If they don't make it, if they don't make it, it would be because they're not playing team ball. Taking the hardest, the more difficult shots and not the easier shots. And yeah, that's about it. And giving up second chance points. Because this year they have been giving up a lot of second chance points. And so that's what hurts them. And also, we can't blame the refs for losses. I mean, yes, we have already had a game where the refs was calling weak fouls, but them games you gotta adjust to. And you gotta learn what certain foul calls the refs is gonna make, and you gotta play through it. So, yeah, that was my thoughts. Those is my thoughts.
Okay. Well, I feel in order for them to win state, they have to be a team, like care for each other, which they do for the most part. But I think they gotta lift each other up. You know what I'm saying? One person is struggling, you gotta lift them up. You know what I mean? Cheer them on. You have to hold each other accountable in practice. One person's suffering in practice. If they make it, you gotta say, hey, we're not gonna have that. If you're not going for the same goal we're going, you have to go.
Oh, and I forgot. One thing I've been preaching recently is learning your roles. See, this is in general. When you're on a team, you have to know what you're good at and what you're not good at, and learn what role you're best suited for.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the main score, if you're a scorer, go score. Defense, straight up defense. Worry about the defense. The defense can translate to your buckets. If you play defense and not worry about your points, your defense is gonna translate to you getting points.
Mm-hmm.
So, and everything, points, rebounds, assists, all that leads up to winning. If you could drop 30 points, but if the other team has more rebounds than you, then hypothetically, I'm assuming you're still gonna lose because them rebounds could also mean offensive rebounds, which could lead to second chance points. So it's all about basketball or any sport. You got to figure out your role, what you're best at.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Let's say you was a coach. You had to start a team from scratch. Would you be a good coach?
I think I would.
What's your what kind of coach would you be?
I would be honest, the honest coach. Feelings might get hurt. I would be preaching defense a lot. I preach defense a lot. I will also preach learning your roles. So I would tell people, okay, you're good at this. I would even limit people though. I wouldn't limit people at all. But I'd be like, you're good at this. You should be doing this more than that. So if you're a shooter, you should shoot more than you drive.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're good at being in the paint, you should be in the paint more than you should be shooting. Like a big man. I would tell my big man, no threes until you get at least three to four shots up in the paint. If I have a defender that's not a good offensive player, like let your defense do the talking, and then let your steals and rebounds and blocks translate to points, your points. So I shouldn't say your only points if you're open to shoot the ball, but move the ball if you're a defensive player. That's how I look at it. And if you get the steal, then go get you a bucket. So that's how I'll be a coach. I wouldn't even run zone like that unless like there was a super like a actual mismatch on the team. Mm-hmm. But if we got the height, if we got the speed, you know, the athleticism, I'm running man all the time. And I'm telling my team to match up. Mm-hmm. That's how I'll be a good coach.
Okay. That's cool. I'm not going to really say what I would do because Ellis is playing basketball, so I don't want to be like that guy saying, if I'm the coach, I would do this versus, you know what I mean? I don't want to. So I believe her coaches are great coaches and they're doing a good job. So, but this is what I would tell you. I don't believe in the word big man in Wisconsin because we don't have any big men in Wisconsin. So it's very rare we got a 7-footer. But nowadays, if you 6'6", for our boys, you're a guard. So I don't believe it's, and then with girls, like you look at Paige Becker, she a guard. How tall do you think she is? 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah, about.
That, as far as I'm concerned, there is no big man. But we'll be doing the strictly skill work. Strictly skill work, guard work. And that's all, and like you said, man-to-man D, that would be the main thing. But I'm not going to say what kind of offense I run, you know, because like I said, I think with me having a child in high school, I don't want to think I'm being that coach, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, so. And they're doing a good job. But me, there wouldn't be no big man.
Yep.
There's no big man in Wisconsin. It's not. And I feel like if you, and this for all coaches, if you're a coach and you got a player mainly a post and they're 5'11", that's not good coaching. If you got a 5'11", if you're a man, if you got a boys team, and you got a 5'11" post player, and that kid is telling you they want to play college basketball, you are not doing justice for that kid. Same with AAU.
Yep.
Steph Curry 6'3", 6'4", and you got a 6'1" post up player. You is assassinating that player's dreams and career. And a lot of people don't understand. These parents believe in their kids. And you have to be that person to believe in their kids. If you're going to have them on the team, that's you saying, I believe in you. But a lot of these coaches say, I need bodies, so I'm just going to throw you on the team. A lot of coaches, one thing they will sacrifice a player's career to win games. I would rather lose and show my players potential and talent so they can go to college for free instead of win games and not allow them to show their talents.
And I would even limit people. I wouldn't necessarily, when I talk about roles, it sounds like I'm limiting people but I would even limit people to what they could do. Like, if shooting. I wouldn't limit somebody I wouldn't tell somebody not to shoot unless they absolutely cannot hit the rim at all.
I will. If you ain't working on it during skill set, if you're not working on it, you better not shoot that ball.
Nah.
You're not just going to come off, you're just not going to come in the game, and you're just not going to come in the game shooting no wild. One thing we're not going to have no wild basketball. We're not going to be playing undisciplined. You're going to do exactly what you can do. Now, if you want to expand your game, you need to be expanding your game. Juju Watkins had an interview, and she talked about being a gym rat. And that's another thing in Wisconsin. We don't really preach gym rats. One thing we preach in Wisconsin is be an all-around, which I agree, athlete, do different things. But whatever your main goal is, you should be a rat at that. You should be studying it. You should be a gym rat 24/7 in the gym. But these coaches don't sacrifice their time. A lot of these coaches are teachers, and all they do is do their bid, 2-hour practice, and they go home. Then they go ahead, and then these coaches, I've been in the game for a long time, then when the season's over with, they don't do any development with their players. They send them off to AAU. Then these are the same coaches that say they hate AAU when they don't spend time with their players. So, no, I wouldn't limit them, but if you don't practice it, you ain't doing it. If you ain't been shooting threes in practice, if you ain't been working on your threes, why do you think you're going to come in the game and shoot a three? That's going to be the easiest way to never get back in the game. So, but that's it. That's all.
You have anything in the world that caught your eye? I don't really be paying attention to the outside noise like that, but
no, it's just been it was quite a few police chases in front of my house. A lot of crime going on. I think Syria, Gaza, I think they in war. Yeah, nah, nothing could catch. Nothing pretty much caught my eye.
Yeah, I know Charleston White got jumped, but
Charleston White got jumped.
I mean, everybody knew that was bound to happen. You can't always talk on the internet, and nothing gonna happen to you. So, like, you left for no scratches, but that was like a warning from God, basically. Like, you keep your luck gonna run out eventually. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And his buddy ran. That's why I said, man, it's hard to find them real people nowadays. Man, everybody act like they tough. These people ain't real no more.
Yeah.
These people ain't real no more. So, what's your outlook? So, how long we been on?
We on 40 minutes.
So, what is your outlook of 2024? You got any plans?
I want to make this internet thing I've been doing work. I want to get money off of it by the end of next year. My YouTube, and this podcast. Then I want to, what else? Help my sister and my brother, really, and what they want to do, if they want to keep doing it. Help them in that. I also want to get into boxing, or not boxing shape, but how a boxer's build is. So, like, being fit.
Yeah.
I want to be able to run miles without getting tired. I want to be able to have abs again. I sat down been gaming too long. Got me a little gut. Not out of shape, but I want to get super healthy early.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. We got to start helping more people. Not helping more people, but if you're close to people that need to be in a weight room and stuff, you just got to be honest with them and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
I also want to, now start focusing on who I really want around me 24/7.
Yeah.
Which I already got that in mind, basically.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. As we come out eating healthy, my daughter brings me a big fat cookie. So my plan for 24.
Thank you.
Very good. Is to get in shape and get in shape and help people. Help people, like you said, get in shape. Help people that's sick, cancer, heart attack, and all that stuff. And then I want to help Ellis. I want to help her decide what she really want to do. Does she just want to pursue college? Going to college, just being a student, or does she want to pursue basketball? Or do we want to just not pursue basketball? I think that's important for her right now. I know she's kind of down and out. But, it's another thing. It's not a bad thing. But when you get to a point where you feel like you're not enjoying it, be confused because people want you to play, or I just want her to understand, like, with her smarts, she has many different avenues and options. You know, so and that's something we're figuring it out right now. We're deciding. So, but no, 24 is gonna be a year of certainty, and like you said, we can come up and roll as a unit.
Yep, definitely gonna change my diet. So, and yeah, just also gotta learn to. I think I also being how should I say, being more real with people too.
Yeah.
No beating around the bushes with people. Sugarcoating and stuff.
You feel like you've been sugarcoating with people?
I feel like I have.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I have in certain ways.
Mm-hmm.
In certain ways, like I feel like in my years of life, ain't nothing wrong with being nice, but I feel like I've been too nice. I've always thought, have I been too nice to certain people?
Mm-hmm.
Or have I given people too much help than what they need, or if they keep asking for it, they don't want it for real.
Yeah.
So that's just things I think about.
Cool. Well,
we on 46 minutes.
Well, I ain't got nothing else to say. I think this is a good podcast for people to listen to laying down. They want something good listening to, and I think we're gonna keep popping them out.
Yeah. So might drop one tomorrow.
Might drop one in a couple hours. The more you do it, we're gonna keep you rolling. We're gonna keep you flowing. So, what we talked about the sports world. We talked about high school in Milwaukee. So if you're from Milwaukee, you can fast forward. You ain't gotta listen to that part. Our coaching mindset. We talked about 2024. The development. I'm really gonna be talking about the development of your sister, of my daughter. We're gonna be talking about that development. And where she's gonna blossom to. And you doing that right by the microphone?
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do all that.
Rookie on this. Dang.
I didn't mean to do all that.
But so we got a lot to talk about. We talking about boxing and keeping it real, and no matter where you're from, so the skills pay the bills and all that good stuff. So
next time we'll hit back on that religion topic.
Yeah.
The Christians and stuff.
Yeah. Because a lot of y'all fake, man. A lot of y'all want to be,
I sure did want to talk about that. The fake Christians.
The fake Christians, the fake preachers, the fake deacons, the fake everything.
Man.
But we'll get on.
Yeah. So.
Sign out.
Peace out, y'all. To the next one.